Hey all, I just wanted to take a quick minute to get something out. I didn't want you guys to have some random message come by or see a Facebook post or maybe hear a rumor, some gossip. I would rather me talk about this from me. So I did write some notes because I have no idea how I would get through all of this without it. Here goes. 2 weeks ago, on April 15th, my wife and we were at Emory Hospital at the neurology department for movement disorders. And I went through a bunch of tests and I sat down with my neurologist and she told me that I have early onset Parkinson's disease. Now, before I talk a bit more about all of that, I wanted to get a couple things out just in case you only watched the first 30 seconds of this. Number one, please don't feel sorry for me. No pity, no weird messages. Don't somehow treat me different. If you do, I'd likely punch you in the face. And so please just treat me like you always have. And number two, I'm not very good with emotions. And so please no long mushy messages or sappy bullshit. Don't tilt your head to the side and say, "Are you doing okay?" I will hate that. And it'll make me feel exceptionally uncomfortable and just not something that I want. So I would much rather you tell a joke or make fun of me. Please don't in any which way feel sorry for me or try to get me to somehow cry to make you feel like I'm feeling my feelings, which I really don't want to do. All right, so let me talk a little bit about how all this kind of came up. So about 6 or 7 years ago, we were living in Austin, Texas, and really all this started with kind of a nothing thing. There was no pain, there was no accident, there was no dramatic moment that kind of kicked this off. I was sitting in a meeting, and one of the fingers on my left hand just started to twitch. It twitched for a few seconds, and then it stopped. That was it. And I really didn't think anything of it. Nobody seemed to notice, and so I just went about my day. But then it started to happen more and more, and the twitching lasted a little bit longer. Some people started to notice, my wife, my kids. So I asked my doctor about it, and he told me that it was probably just an essential tremor, that I was young, that I played a lot of football and things like that. It's something that you really shouldn't need to worry about. So I didn't, and I just went on with my life. Until a few months ago. A few months ago, the shakes in my left hand got a lot worse, and you'll notice it's shaking right now, and it's not something that I can really stop. My left hand shakes just a little bit, or my right hand shakes just a little bit, just not nearly as much as my left. But then my left foot started to shake, and my right hand started to shake, and in talking to the neurologist at Emory Hospital, she said that the likelihood is I've had early onset Parkinson's disease for the last 6 or 7 years. It's a weird thing to say that I have Parkinson's disease. And to be totally honest, I'm fucking angry about it and scared. I'm not angry at God. I'm not angry at the universe or anything like that. I'm angry at the fact that my life just completely took a left turn, and it's something that I never saw coming. It's certainly something that I don't want. I'm angry that my body basically decided to betray me. I'm angry that there was nothing that I did that kind of brought this on. I'm angry that I have to sit here and figure out how to tell people. I'm not angry or scared about the Parkinson's or even me going through all this. I don't think that it's something that, I don't know, I'm just not that worried about it. But what I am worried about and scared about and angry about is having the people that I love and care about watch me go through this. Watch me become somebody who just doesn't look or act like me. and I can't hide it. And I can't pretend that it doesn't exist. I mean, anywhere I go, my hands are shaking, and I just don't know how to turn that off. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to figure out how to deal with this and how to handle this quietly. I'm not one that wants to kind of put all my shit out there, so I didn't want to make this a big deal. I just wanted to feel normal, to feel like Parkinson's and my shaky hands weren't the thing that people would notice first about me. And it pisses me off that it is. So the reality for me is that me trying to control something that I have no control over it's just some fantasy bullshit. So I'm not going to give it more power than it deserves. I'm not going to bottle this up. I'm not going to bury it. I'm not going to be quiet about it. I'm not going to let it eat me up. I've never been a liar, and I'm certainly not going to perform for anyone to try to make them feel better. And I'm not going to pretend that everything's okay, that it's all fine, because in so many ways it's not. So here's what I know. I know that I have a strong belief and faith in Jesus. He's the foundation of everything for me. God doesn't make mistakes. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been holding on to a verse and reading it over and over again. It just so happens to be my wife's favorite verse, Jeremiah 29:11. And for those of you who don't know it, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." But sitting in the hospital room 2 weeks ago, that verse felt like a distant promise. Because in that moment, I didn't know what to think about my future. I certainly didn't see the hope right then. And I was just angry and lost. And if I'm really honest, scared. And I'm still scared. I'm scared about what my future looks like. I'm scared about what I might not be able to do. I'm scared about how people are going to treat me now, and about being defined by this rather than people seeing me. I have always been really confident in who I was as a person, and I've been really comfortable being the guy that had big shoulders. I could carry a lot. I could handle tough situations. I was there all the time for people that love me. Do all the things, lift all the things, be present in all the things that I wanted to. I could wrestle with my grandkids and grab my friends and toss them around and run and play sports and do all the things I wanted to. That's just a big part of who I am. It's part of my character, the way I describe myself. And I'm scared that my hands are going to shake so bad that at some point I'm not going to be able to do those things, to hold my grandkids. I'm scared that I'm going to become a liability instead of being the person that people want to be around. And I'm scared that I'm going to wake up one day and the person that I see in the mirror won't look like me anymore. And if that wasn't bad enough, here's what really gets to me. I've got a lot of people in my life, friends, family, my kids, my grandkids, who have known me for years. And they get to remember me, the me that I want them to remember. But anybody that comes into my life from now on any friends, any new family, whether they be son-in-laws or daughter-in-laws or more grandkids, they get to see a much shakier version of me. They always get to wonder if I'm nervous, or I get to wonder if they're embarrassed. Every picture of me before this is going to look different. And maybe not to everybody else, but it will to me. And that breaks my heart. See, all the ones that come after my diagnosis, after things started to get worse, they're going to know Grandpa Josh who shakes. They're going to see me working through something, and I can't change that. I can't give them the version of me that was steady and always strong and always capable. But what I can do is I can be real with them. I can show them that when life throws you a curveball, you don't just disappear. You show up. You work through it. You laugh about it. You keep going. You keep moving forward. So I'm not going to be a big old baby, or as my friends Frank and Katie would say, a big old bish. I'm not going to be a complainer. I'm certainly not going to feel sorry for myself. But, and a matter of fact, if you ever see me feeling sorry for myself, please punch me in the face. Remind me of who I am. Because if you know me at all, you know that I take things in stride and that I'm going to turn this into something that's a positive, that is going to work. And quite frankly, I'm going to make fun of it. Sometimes I'm going to tell jokes that are over the line, maybe some dark humor. Like I could probably open beer bottles without a bottle opener now. Nobody beats me at jazz hands. I am basically a human paint mixer. It actually may be useful if I ever get back to, my younger days when I was in high school and I start to vandalize things. Don't tell anybody I ever did that, but it happened. My handwriting basically is like a hostage noteworthy, quality right now. I'm basically like a human Etch-a-Sketch. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to do a podcast. And the reason why is when all this happened, my wife, some of my friends and colleagues that I had conversations with, they said that they knew that I would do something with this. And if anybody knows me, you know that I'm horrible at emotions, and I certainly don't want to talk about yours or mine, but I need to. So I'm not going to run from this. If it becomes scarier, I'm going to talk about it. If it becomes the thing that is challenging, I'm going to show it. I'm just not going to hide from it. And I'm going to put it on display. So for anyone who wants to know, any deeper reasons why, I have 9 grandsons and 1 on the way. And since I likely only will get worse or have more issues with my hands shaking or my voice or my ability to walk right or things like that, I want to make sure that they get to see the real me, the unfiltered, raw versions, many times inappropriate version of me. Number 2 is I don't trust other people to tell my story. No one knows my voice, my stories, or how I really feel about things. So I'm going to tell you. If I just go quiet and I don't talk about this, that leaves room for somebody else to do it for me. And hard pass on that. That's not what I want. And number 3, I'm betting somewhere out there, there's someone else who maybe just got diagnosed with something, maybe just got news that absolutely rocked their world. Something that made them think their life was changing or over or in such a dark place. And they're sitting somewhere feeling exactly how I felt on April 15th. I'm making this for them, for the people who love them, for the people who need to hear that you can be angry and faithful at the same time, that you can be scared and you can still show up, that you can make jokes about your own neurological decline and still take this seriously, because it is something really serious. And I'm going to have people join me, real people, hopefully funny people. But they're going to be people I love, people I know, people that have their own stories and have their own feelings about things. Because this isn't just about me. As a matter of fact, it's not ever going to be just about me. It's about figuring out how to live with life when you get, tossed this big curveball, when it changes and maybe you didn't want it to. And I promise we're going to laugh. We're going to laugh our asses off. Belly laugh, milk out the nose, nearly shit your pants laugh. Not because of anything else except for that's how I cope and certainly how I think you survive. So if we find it absurd, we're going to lean in. If we make jokes, we're going to make jokes about tremors, about futures that we can't predict. If something's funny, we're going to laugh, and we're going to laugh hard. If it's also sad, we're going to try to laugh even harder. And that's just how we're going to roll with things. So to my wife, Eden, she's just been everything in this. She held my hand in the hospital. She didn't let me disappear. She said that we were going to get through this and that we were going to do something with it. And in so many ways, she keeps me going. To my kids, my grandkids, all my family, my friends, I love you. And I hope you are going to remember not just the hard things, but that I didn't hide, that I still showed up, that I worked through it, and that I kept loving you the whole way through. For all my grandkids and family and friends who I don't know yet, right now we have a new grandson on his way, Cooper James. I'm super excited to meet you, by the way. I want you to grow up knowing me. It may be a different version of me, but it's going to be a real version of me. A version that's not perfect. A version that's working through something really hard. But a version that loves you. So April 15th happened. My life changed. I'm angry. I'm scared. I'm sad. Nervous. I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncertain about a lot of things. But I'm also faithful. I believe that God has a plan, even when I can't see it. I believe the people around me are going to help me to get through this. I believe that showing up and being real and talking about it is the only way that I'm going to be able to move forward. So the podcast is coming. You'll find it. It's going to be raw. I promise you that you may, want to realize that I may say some words and talk about some things that are going to be uncomfortable. We're going to tell jokes. We're probably going to cross the line. It's going to be some dark humor, I'm sure. I'll have some really cool people on. You're going to see me in moments where I'm struggling. We're going to talk about some things that might get a little emotional, which is so not my gig. We're going to do it anyways. And we're going to have faith and fear all mixed together in a way that probably doesn't make sense, but it's exactly what I need. So, and if it gives even one person a little bit of hope, and they feel less alone, and they're able to laugh when maybe they don't know if they even can laugh anymore, if it shows them that they can survive what they're going through, then it's totally worth it. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for being the kind of people who know me and are going to keep knowing me. And maybe a little different version of me, a little shakier, maybe a little less sleep, but still me. Love y'all, mean it.